Hello, it's Monday and it's a new weekly reading vlog. I feel like I mangled that intro because I bit my tongue as I said vlog. So, oh well. I am home from work. I've made myself a lunch of garlic bread, ciabatta garlic bread, because I feel horrendous. My rash is back with a vengeance. I had to get bloods done today, and it took 2 nurses, a few tries each, to get the bloods. She was actually, like, the second nurse was like, maybe you should rebook and we'll try another time. And I was like, no, please just try one more time. Just try one more time. I don't want to have to redo this. She was like, yeah, it's hurting you. And I was like, I have had a wound cleaned with no anaesthetic. I have had gallstones. I put joints back into place on a regular basis myself. It's like, a needle is nothing. Stick me again. So she did it again that last time. It finally worked. I was like, oh thank God. It was the old Psyduck helping us out. So yeah, I got stuck in this arm, in my hand, and then eventually this arm did it. Sorry to anybody that does not. I just realised, like, some people might be really cringing right now. Welcome to the vlog. I'll stop talking about it. Yeah, so I'm feeling really rough. My rash is so bad that I can actually feel it through my leggings. Like, I can feel the raised bits. I feel very unwell today. I don't feel good at all. So, that's great. Plan for today, I'm going to finish Poison Study. I've got 100 pages left. I also don't think I will read How to Solve a Murder like I was planning to get my TBR down. I will, however, get my TBR down because I have talked it through with my girls and I will be unhauling a book without reading it. It's a book that my whole came in for the audiobook in the library, and honestly, I have so little interest. It was a book that Vicky was unhauling and I was like, do you know what, I'll give it a try. I got caught up in the hype and I'm not going to read it. I don't care. I'm not actually interested in it. So what's the point? I'm just going to unhaul it. It's Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. I don't know why I got caught up in the hype of it. People are reading it. And especially with what's going on right now, it's nothing to do with him. Obviously he's been showing up more as an ally, like, but I'm not interested. I'm not interested. At least I know if I do ever want to read it, the library has an audiobook copy, but it's not a book I would have actually sought out if it wasn't for the fact that Vicky was unhauling it. It just so happened that it, like, was available for free. So yeah, there's no point. It's just a waste of time and effort for no payout. So yeah. So that gets my TBR down. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to watch some YouTube, and then, I don't know, I'm tempted to watch, like, Downton Abbey or something. Just, or maybe season 2 Bridgerton. I keep seeing Bridgerton on TikTok. And I'm feeling maybe, I've already rewatched season 1. And I know season 2 is coming out on the 16th of May. So I might rewatch season 2. So that I'm all prepped and ready for part 1 of season 3. So yeah. Anyway, I've got to edit as well. So I'm going to watch YouTube and eat my lunch and just see how I feel. I feel rough AF. So I'll just see how I feel. I don't know. I did it. I finished Poison Study. I finished it. I liked it. I definitely liked it more on reread. I think I do need, like, fantasy to read, like, a second time. So now I am rewarding myself for finishing all those books and basically finishing my TBR by watching Downton Abbey. I don't know why, I just really want to rewatch Downton Abbey, so that's what I'm going to do. Really don't have much more to say, but I just wanted to update you, let you know that I finished Poison Study and that I'm going to watch Downton Abbey. You can't see it, but my skin feels really horrible with the rashiness. But you can kind of see the bruising where she did the blood. The other side's a bit. Oh, there you go. The other side's a bit bruised as well, and my hands not bruised at least. But God, the blotchiness. The rash is really bad on my arm. I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, I'm gonna go just chill out and watch some Downton now. Downton time! Hello, it is Wednesday. I have not vlogged for a while. As you can tell, I'm showered and dried and fluffed. My hair's all fluffy because I've just blow dried it because it's late. I needed to blow dry it, otherwise it would just be everywhere in the morning. I think it's still going to be everywhere in the morning, but such is life. Kay's in the shower just now. She's just shaved her head and is in the shower. Not like just the shirt, but I'm about to start my first book of the month, which will be the next Bergman Brothers book. This lighting is doing wonders for my eye bags. I've not read anything yet this month, so I have nothing to lean. Wait a minute. It's really sore on my arm. Nothing to lean the phone against to film. So I've just propped my arm up against my leg. Yeah, God, my skin looks horrible. I've got the horrible blotchy bits. I don't know if you can see next to side up there. It really doesn't look that bad on the camera, but see where you see it on my skin. It's really horrible. It's really bad on here. It looks like chemical burns. Like, where I can actually see it on my skin, it looks like chemical burns. It's all raised now. It never used to be raised. Oh, that's a good one. See it? That's really bad. Look at that. That's a good one. Like that. Yeah, so I've got that all over me. There's none, I don't think, oh, here we go. It's not really that bad of my face and that now. But yeah, I am covered in bits like that, pretty much all over my body. Still not heard from the doctor yet, so don't know what's going on yet, which is great. But we need time for the bloods to get back. It's just, that frustration of not knowing what's going on. But yeah, so I filmed my wrap up earlier. I will edit that tomorrow. Yesterday I kind of just curled up on this chair and watched Downton Abbey. There was something so nice about just watching Downton. I started watching it on the 29th, I can't remember, that was Monday Monday. Like, I finished Poison Study and then watched 2 episodes of Downton, and just the opening credits and the scene, like the bit at the start where it's introducing it all, like, and you're seeing them all walking through the house, and like you see the back of Mrs. Hughes walking with the keys hanging from her hand or her waist, I can't remember which, and just the maids setting up opening the curtains, and I felt like coming home, like the emotional lift that it gave me seeing that. I love Downton Abbey so much. Like, they're so, I don't know what it is. Like, in real life, I think these people are ridiculous. Like, people who have houses like this and live in houses like this, it's absolutely untenable. Like, it's I don't even know if that's the right word for it. Like, it's unsustainable. Like, how do people do it? If I had a house like that, I would have everybody I know living with me. Like, everybody would have their own room. Like, and to have like a small family in a big house like that. I mean, I suppose you need room for all the staff and stuff like that. But like, the aristocracy like that, where you've got people in tenements where you've got families living in one room, on top of each other, and that then you've got these people who have rooms on rooms on rooms, and like in reality, I think it's ridiculous, but in a fantasy, in a fictional setting, I love it. You know, it's the same way I feel about royalty. I am not a royalist by anybody's standards. I respect them as people as much as I respect like the next person on the street. In that, like, I wish them no harm as much as, again, I wish no harm to the next person on the street. But I don't necessarily believe that they deserve any better because of how they were born, you know. But royalty in books, or like TV shows and stuff like that, like Red, White and Royal Blue, Henry and Alex deserve everything. You know, things like that. In fiction, yes. In reality, not so much. But I love Downton Abbey, and I love the Crawley family. Like, they're an example of a family that I don't think were realistic at the time. I don't think would have existed, and by the time I mean like the starting time was like 1912, because this jumps, like, we're now sort of mid First World War. This ends just before the Second World War, I think. Like, it time jumps quite rapidly throughout, and none of them age as they should. So I love that you get to see like the eras as they go. It's really, really cool. But again, like, the whole idea of landed gentry, just, I'm not for it. But I love the Crawleys, and I love the servants, and I love Anna and Bates and Mrs. Hughes, and I love Curson, and even, like, I can even get on board with Thomas by the end of it. O'Brien has to go. I hate O'Brien. She is my least favourite character, I think, in the whole thing. She does have a bit of redemption in the second season during the war because of the way she takes care of the guy with shell shock. Like, she's very good with the guy with shell shock, but like her behaviour in season 1, like, I hate her so much. I love Gwen. Like, I love the servants. I love Daisy. Well, Daisy can, like, I want to punch Daisy so much. William. Oh my god, William. Like, I love Branson, and like, I love all the characters. I think they are fantastic characters. Not realistic. There's no way in hell any of this would ever happen. But that's the point of the fantasy, you know? That's why it's a fictional story. Anyway, enough about Downton Abbey, but like, not enough about Downton Abbey, because I love Downton Abbey. And Old Lady Grantham. Old Lady Grantham is my... Oh, I love her so much. I mean, obviously, Dame Maggie. We stan Dame Maggie in this household. If you don't stan Dame Maggie, what are you doing? But Old Lady Crawley. I love the first one. It's like, of course I'll have weekends off. And then she's like, what is a weekend? What is a weekend? Because of course she doesn't work. So she doesn't know what a weekend is. Because a weekend doesn't apply to her. She doesn't. Oh, the things, like the little things you pick up and stuff, because it makes, like, the detail. Sorry, yeah. I love Downton Abbey. But she's just like, oh. Like when someone says to her, I'll take that as a compliment. She's like, oh, must have said it wrong. She just, her one-liner, she's so, like, snippy and mean, and just, like, I love her so much. If you haven't seen Downton Abbey, I think you should watch Downton Abbey. It's so good. So good. The guy, there's a guy in the first season, he's only in it for, like, an episode, but it's the guy, I'm sure it's the guy that plays 4 in Divergent, and it's just really funny to see him as, like, he's supposed to be, like, a Turkish ambassador, and I question their casting a little bit there, but yeah, never mind. But yeah, this season, it's so heartbreaking. This season's going to be so heartbreaking, I know, because obviously the First World War, really rough, and then I think the next season is the one where the other thing happens, and then the other thing happened. Like, there's just so, oh my god. Anyway, but next, I'm also going to be starting If Only You after I finish talking to you. Gibbering. I'm gibbering to you, my Gran Smith used to say. But yeah, I've got that in ebook, so I'm reading that as an ebook. And then I'm hopefully having an early night. I'm just waiting for Kate to finish her shower. Sorry, I just had to yawn there. I've taken all my tablets. I had to take them in 3 lots because I kept forgetting about tablets. But I've taken all my tablets. I've had my shower. I've done everything on my to-do list. The last thing on my to-do list is to read some of my book. And tomorrow I just need to edit. We're off to a good start. This book isn't even on my TBR for this month. I just want to read it. This is the month where I get my... Oh my god. This month is going to be a great month, you guys. It is going to be such a good month. Touch wood. Touch wood for me. So, I get my Bergman Brothers books this month. My special editions from Illumicrate. Which means I can get the last one. The last one's the only one I've not been able to get on ebook from the library. Because it has just been published in April. So, I'll get a copy of that in my Illumicrate special edition, so I'll be able to read that. I will be doing an unboxing for that, so keep an eye out for that. And I get to see my favourite band in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I get to see my favourite band. I'm so excited. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Like, that is the highlight of my month, is getting to see my favourite band, which of course I will vlog for you. I am so excited. Hopefully, like, just please keep everything crossed for me. Like, that the doctor will figure out what is going on with me, because, like, this is not it. This is painful and itchy and hot, and will probably not be there tomorrow. It'll have moved. Like, the ones, to be fair, the ones around my joints, like, that's the thing, like, they keep appearing mostly around my joints, like, my hips, my knees, on my feet, on my hands, elbows, shoulders. Like, this is starting up at my shoulder, like, see, it's kind of like my arms and stuff, around about my neck and stuff. It's just, I've got this really bad cough. It's not a bad cough, it's like, Kate says it's like her asthma, like, it's like asthma. Like, I'm struggling with my breath, and, like, getting a deep breath, and I feel like I can't get a deep breath in, and then I'm coughing a lot, things are set off, people's perfumes, smoky, like, environment, so, like, sometimes they light a bonfire over in the park over there for things, so, like, if they're doing that, that'll set me off. If Douglas has been cooking something that gets particularly smoky in the oven, and he's not opened the window, that'll set me off. It's like almost like asthma, but I don't have anything for asthma because I don't have asthma, and so, like, I don't have anything to help with it, so I just need to cough and wheeze and choke and try not to die, effectively. And, like, Kale, like, talked me through trying to, like, breathe, basically. So yeah, that's fun. My watch has been monitoring, like, my oxygen as best as I can, like, as best as the watches. I don't know how good the watches are at it, and it seems to be okay as I'm sleeping. Like, it's been dipping down to, like, according to the watch, it's been dipping down to, like, 80-ish, 80 something, like 90, like, close to the 90 end of 80 something, but nothing, like, alarming. Well, it would be alarming, like, your pulse, blood ox is not meant to get past, like, 90, 98, 96 would be, like, hospital worthy, so I'm not sure I trust that. Like, I don't think, because it's not, like, snug to, I don't want it as snug to my wrist as they probably want you to, so it's, like, got a distance between it as it's trying to measure my blood oxygen, so I don't really trust it, but I don't know, I'm still gibbering, but yeah, because we all know I'm a chronic oversharer, I will let you know about my health as I get on with it. Also, it is May 1st, which means, guess what? It's gonna be May. That's not what I was planning on saying. It means that it is officially Ehlers-Danlos Awareness Month. So it's Ehlers-Danlos syndromes with an S, like, on the end, and HSD, Hypermobile Spectrum Disorders Awareness Month, this month. So be aware of me. Hello. So please do take this opportunity this month to maybe do some Googling about EDS and HSD. I've got my video on my channel that I'll link below. Maybe check out the EDS website and things like that. But yeah, it is EDS and HSD Awareness Month, so it's a good month to be aware. I'm going to skip around and read. You go read. Hello, it is Thursday, and this is a new angle for you. My crutches arrived. Some cool crutches. So I just wanted to unbox these with you. These are going to be Kay's nightmare, and you will see why. And honestly, I'm not sorry, because they're really, really cool. But yeah, I'm just gonna. This is how you do a pull tab. Open first time, no problems, no issues. Now I'm gonna have issues, aren't I? Oh my god. Bear with. Oh my god. This glue is horrendous. Oh my god. This is how is this glue so strong? Right. How's the cardboard so strong? So here's the little thank you card and the founders. I'm covered in cardboard. Okay, so it's come with these like squishy things for on the handles, I assume. But yeah, so we've got some protective cardboard and more tape. Okay, so it's got these like little. They do have like covers for these to make it like. Is this? No, this won't be for that. No, because there's not enough. They do have like covers for this to like make it more comfortable, and I'm assuming this is for this. Like, I'm assuming this is to go in here. Yeah, to make it more comfortable to hold. But these are also ergonomic, so that they're more comfortable to hold. I don't know if you can hear Hamish panting, but he is right next to you. And he's panting like hell. Because he's sitting in the sun. Okay, so after a bit of a fight with the protective wrapping, I'm going to show you why these are Kay's nightmare, and why I also absolutely love them. Look at them. Look at them. They are covered in a glitter paper. Do you know what? It's actually not shedding that much glitter. It's not shedding as much glitter nearly as I thought. I did think they would like resin close them, like resin cover them, but it's just like a wrap on the sticks. I can see where the wrap ends, and it is so sparkly. It's kind of like a purpley pink. How cool is that? How cool is that? And then there's a bit up here for extending them, and then there's a bit down here for extending them, and then they've got these ends on them. How pretty are these? Like, I am so excited. Like, I might need to get the bits for the cuffs. Just to, I don't know, we'll see how we go. But we've got the, these bits for the handles. I'm assuming that's what they're for. It seems sensible. But, yeah. See how we get on with these. But I'm so, look at them, how pretty are these? Like, at least if you're going to make me disabled, give me pretty things. So, very happy with these. Really excited. I will link Crutches in the description as well, because just because you're disabled does not mean you don't deserve nice things. So, yeah. And they do VAT relief for people with disabilities as well. And they have discounts and stuff on their website. So, very excited to get hobbling about with these. And they will be not replacing my other crutches, because they have different uses for different crutches. Like, it's like you need a collection because they all do different things. So these would be like more everyday ones. The other ones will be for like, I don't know. But I'm very happy. They're so pink. They're so pink. There's little bits of the cardboard. It's actually the cardboard, like the card paper stuff that was round them, that's shedding more than the glitter. That's not so bad. Kate's not going to hate me as much.
I don't like glitter either.
I know, but I'm not the one that has to clean it up.
No, I mean, mostly in your car, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll be all over the car. We'll never get rid of it. That's the thing with glitter. Once it's there for life. Anyway, yeah, that's my new I just need to figure out how to unclip this to resize them, but that's for later on. But I'm so excited. Hello, it is Friday. I feel like absolute crap. I look like absolute crap, so it's all coming together. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but I've turned it down, but it's live, so I'm not pausing it. Lisa's on a one-shot D&D thing by the Emerald Collective on Twitch, so I've got that on in the background while I'm reading. And I'm reading If Only You by, I was going to say Elsie Silver, that is not right, by Chloe Leese. It is the 6th Bergman Brothers book. It is the 2nd Bergman sister book, so it's Ziggy's story. I'll pop a picture there. And Ziggy is the youngest Bergman period and the youngest Bergman sister. And it is about her and Seb, who is Ren's best friend. Ren is one of the older brothers. And Seb is a hockey player, and he is trouble, as Lenny calls him. Lenny is one of the next generation. She's a very small child. And he is known for carousing, and he is basically a functioning alcoholic and is basically a PR disaster at the start of this, and he needs to clean up his act. And Ziggy is kind of sick of being seen as this good girl. Like, she is sick of everybody infantilizing her, so she wants to go rub herself up a little bit. And so she comes up with a scheme, not a fake dating scheme, but a fake friends scheme. So she wants to pretend that they're friends, so she looks a little bit rougher and he looks a little bit cleaner. And so they, start doing angry yoga together, going to breakfast and stuff together and events, and start to get to know each other better and end up becoming actual friends. But really they start to actually fall for each other, because obviously it's a romance novel. And I'm about halfway through. I'm 63% through the book because it's an ebook, and I just want to squish them so much. Honestly, this is so cute. So Ziggy is autistic, and she had, we see in earlier books, Ziggy had a really hard time with her autism because they didn't know she was autistic until she had a capital M meltdown. Like, it was really, really bad. She went sort of catatonic. It was horrible. Like, it was really, really bad. And her autism was, it was a total shit show. And since then, our family was kind of walking on eggshells with her. They didn't know how to really manage it. She didn't know how to manage it. She was struggling with even down to things like her clothes, how to manage school, how to manage life, really. And now she is still kind of suffering from the after effects of being the baby of the family, along with being a girl in a family full of boys, along with being autistic, and just that feeling, and the fact that she looks really young as well. Like, even though she's 6'1", she still looks really, really young. Even though she's in her 20s, she looks like a teenager, and she's so sick of being looked at as this innocent, pure little girl that everybody infantilizes, and she just wants to be treated like the adult that she is. She is, she's an adult and she wants to be treated as such. And I love the fact that she is bisexual, and Seb, who is the male main character, is pansexual. And I love that so much. Seb himself is a 6'4", pansexual hockey player. He is tatted from his neck down to even on his hands. He's got tattoos all the way down his chest and everything. and he has had a really rough family upbringing. His dad left when he was younger, and his stepdad was quite abusive, but not necessarily in like the standard way. So he was abusive in the sense that like he, just wanted the best for him. So when he wasn't as smart as he should have been or didn't get as good grades, he would punish him, but not necessarily like it just seemed like everybody said it was just good discipline, but it was abuse. And it said pushed back on that, and so it just made it worse. Which, Seb was absolutely right to push back on it because it was abuse. It wasn't just discipline. It went far, far beyond discipline. And his mum just let it happen. And if anything else, his mum blamed Seb for it. And it wasn't Seb's fault. He was a child. He was supposed to be having fun and not studying for hours and hours and hours after school, trying to be a perfect student, even though he had issues with his learning and potentially like dyslexia and stuff. Like, you don't punish a kid for stuff like that. That's just abuse, and so he now still uses his position and fame to punish his family for that by looking bad and making their name look bad. And so he actually has a heart of gold, but his public image makes him look bad to purposely make his family look bad. But nobody knows that actually inside he's a really good man. But he also has celiac disease, which you don't find out until like partway through the book, but you do find because that is in the very start of the book. Like, the author's like, by the way, this has depictions of celiac disease. So I was like, well, we know Ziggy doesn't have celiac disease, so it must be Seb. Just you work it like it's like Anywho, yeah, like I love how much disability rep and different varied disability rep Chloe Lease gets into these books. It's so good. Like, I love the fact that he doesn't he takes the time to be like, this is really crap, like there's so much stuff that I'm gonna have to miss out on, and Ziggy's like, maybe not, let's figure this out. And because there's another character who has ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, I think it's ulcerative colitis, she eats gluten-free to help with her symptoms. Ziggy's like, let me just call my sister-in-law, and she gets the recipes, and he's like, how did you know all this? And she's like, I got contacts. And like, just they make it seem like, rather than it being like, I don't like toxic positivity that comes around disabilities, like that whole like make your disability your superpower. I don't like that. Like, I get that in a way you can't be all negative about your disability. Like, I get that, but thinking that pure positivity is gonna like fix your disability is not it. But in terms of this, like instead of just being immediately like, my life is over, being like, okay, so how do we work this out? I think that's a great thing. But yeah, I'm 63% in. According to this, I've got an hour and a half left of reading on my Kindle time, although I've been sitting with it open, so I don't know how that'll have affected the reading timer. But yeah, I should have like an hour and a half-ish left of that. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I pulled the string out, because all it does, I don't use the string. I don't know why I didn't pull it out before, and it's so long. It was just like, it was sat like, I just got in my way. So I pulled the string out of this. So I got a phone call from my doctor's surgery today. This stupid, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, like you can see some of the rash and stuff today. Apparently my bloods came back fine. And she was like, so if you still have symptoms, then the doctor can probably see you. And I was like, yes, I still have symptoms. Like, I know obviously I didn't get RC with the receptionist. I was kind of annoyed. Like, one, the doctor said he would call me, which kind of slightly annoyed me. And also said that if the bloods came back fine, he said he would be referring me to dermatology. Because this has been going on for over a month now. And obviously, like, if the bloods are showing that it's not vasculitis whatever, then like obviously something else is going on. But like I have this horrible rash. Again, I don't think you can really, I don't think it comes up very well on the camera, but I have this horrible, it's literally completely like from the top of my head to the tip of my toes. The other day it was in like in here on between my big toe and my like, or I suppose like if your big toe is your thumb, like in this space on my foot all day. Like I won't necessarily wake up with a rash in the same place every day, and it is itchy, it is painful, it is hot, it feels like I'm on fire, it feels like I've been bitten by something, but I haven't. It's just but it's the only way I can describe it. Like somebody, I saw somebody describe a similar rash once, when I was like searching stuff on TikTok and stuff, as being like bitten by fire ants, and I get like that's what it's kind of like. Like the fexofenadine is helping tamp down some of the itchiness, but like the desire to scratch, like I am holding on to my last piece of sanity, trying not to scratch my skin off. And I've got nails, like I could do something. That one obviously broke, but like I've got nails, I could do some damage. Like I want to scratch so badly, and it hurt, like just my skin hurts, my hands really hurt, like bits of skin where I move, like so like over my knuckles really hurts, my wrist, like parts where the skin moves from natural movement hurts more than like say big patches of skin where it doesn't tend to move. Like it is painful, it is itchy, I'm struggling to breathe. Like every breath hurts, it takes effort to breathe. I'm having coughing fits. Like it actually feels like a workout for my muscles. My throat and everything hurts from the coughing. I feel feverish, like I feel like my skin's on fire. Like I'm currently, I had to put this and my blanket on because I was feeling I was freezing. I was absolutely freezing. And now I'm getting too warm again. Like I'm on fire. It's horrible. I'm getting like, I've got all these symptoms. Like it's not just, it's horrendous. Like I feel like, constantly feel really nauseous, and after I finish eating I'll get like horrible pains in my stomach regardless of what I eat. It's not like just a specific kind of food. And then like I've constantly got just like pain, and my joint pain's worse, and I'm so exhausted all the time, and every single day when I wake up it's worse. Like every single day it feels worse. And they're like, yeah, I suppose if you want, like somebody could maybe have a look at, like yes I want somebody to see me. And so she looked, and there was like an appointment in a month, and I was like, what? And then she was like, immediately, like she was like, I could immediately, like she even was like, yeah, I'll if you're happy to see another doctor, I can see if there's, and I was like, yeah, please. And that was going to be another 2 weeks, and I was like, she was like, is that okay? And I was like, I mean, I don't really have much choice, do I? Because if that's the first appointment, that's the first appointment. I was like, but I feel really unwell. I was like, I'm really struggling. I was like, every day the symptoms are getting worse. It's like I'm in a lot of pain. I'm like this. The rash is getting worse. It's more painful. I was like, I'm struggling to breathe. Like it's just worse every day, and I feel really unwell. Like every day I'm sitting at work and I'm like, I just feel so unwell. Like I am getting, even like I said in my wrap up, like the persona that you're seeing on the camera is me putting on, like, you know, people say about like pet lizards and pet birds, like you don't see how ill they are until they're like really, really ill. If you see how ill they are, like it's past the point where you can really do something about it, it's like too late. And that's how I'm really, really good at masking how ill I am. I'm really, really struggling, and I just genuinely, like, so the receptionist was like, let me phone you back. I'll go speak to somebody and see if there's anything else I can do. So she phoned me back and she was like, I can get you in with the ANP, which is Advanced Nurse Practitioner. They're kind of like a step between a nurse and a doctor, so they can like diagnose and prescribe and like do stuff that they have like extra training and stuff like that. That they're basically like, if you can't see a doctor, an advanced nurse practitioner is the next best thing, and maybe sometimes better, in my opinion, because they have the compassion that nurses have that sometimes doctors lack. If you get a good doctor, obviously, like, but some doctors, the ones that don't have good bedside manners, you're better off with an ANP. I think ANPs are great. Like, it's the best idea that any medical like branch has had. Anyway, so I'm going to see the ANP on Thursday next week, so we shall see. Hello, good morning. It is Sunday. And no, I did not get bad lip filler over the weekend. My face is swollen up. I feel like I look like there's a particular celebrity in mind that I feel like I look like, and I just, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I just wanted to document this. I'm just making my cup of tea just now, and I've woken up, like, it was starting to swell this morning, like last night, but like, this entire bit of my mouth has swollen. You can tell by how I'm talking as well. Like, this is really sore as well. This is not a spot, that's like a bit of rash. Like, this entire top bit of my lip has swollen up. My bottom lip is starting to, like, because it's numb. And it's swollen. And this is starting to feel numb. And like, my cheeks and stuff, I feel like my cheeks are swollen a bit. My eyes haven't swollen or anything, I don't think. I just feel like I look like I've gotten bad filler. Which is really weird. Like, I'm really annoyed. I don't see any medical professional until Thursday. So I'm going to have to hope that this swelling goes down. Otherwise I'm going to have to phone and... Do you know how I look like? You know that girl who... I don't look like, because obviously she does it on purpose, and like... I'm not saying she looks bad in any way, because I look... This looks bad. But like... You know that girl who... purposely, like, does her fillers and stuff and makeup and whatever to look like a doll, to look like a sex doll. Like, that's who I think I look like right now. And it's not a fun time. She's on TikTok and she does that thing where she, like, she's like blonde and she like runs and like, I don't know if you see her on TikTok or not, but that's who I think I look like. Or like I'm trying to look like her. I don't know if you can see like the rash in the back of my hand. This is just it's so annoying. Like, I feel like the doctor's just dropped me the minute it's not being vasculitis. I'm edging. I keep saying that I think this is a drug reaction. Like, I still think I'm reacting to Permate, but the doctor's like full on put his foot down and be like, I don't think that's what it is. But I don't know. I've only just gone out of bed. It's like 5 to 1. I had a rutabaga this morning. I'm gonna swap hands. There we go. I'm not left-handed. It's really weird holding my phone with my left hand. I woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning with the most intense pain in my stomach, and it was second only to my gallbladder pain. So I had to deal with that this morning. So I'm still, like, my stomach's really tense. It's not even just my stomach. It's not like my stomach organ. It's my, like, and like, at one point I was like, is this appendicitis? Because it was like on one side, and then I went to the other side. And I was like, don't think it would move that fast if it was appendicitis. Oh God, I look ridiculous. But yeah, the most horrendous pain. So, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I've been numbed at the dentist. This is not good. This is not good. And then I'm going to go and have my cup of tea and take my meds and see if that helps at all. Like my Phenifexine and stuff, and see if that helps at all. I might end up having to call 111, because this is like, when your face starts swelling, that's when you need to start, I think that's when you start being concerned. But I'll update you on my reading, because I did do some reading yesterday. But I'll do that later when I've woken up a bit. Hello, you are currently sitting on my laptop, as you can see, so sorry if the fans are making noise. But yeah, I said I would update you about my reading. My lip I've had my fix of Anodine, and I feel like my lip has gone down a bit, like I can kind of smell now. It's really weird, because like my bottom lip started to go numb, and like up here's all kind of started to go numb, and like my teeth, it feels like I've been numbed at the dentist. It's so weird. But I've had my cup of tea, I've been on my second cup of tea. Well, I've made my second cup of tea. This is, you know, I said I had that really bad stomach pain. I felt really, really sick. So this has been my constant companion last night and today. Or, like, since, like, 4 in the morning. So I'm just toting this around, just in case. This is my new friend. Yeah, I feel like crap still. My lip is really swollen. I need to go in the shower, but I've put my steroid cream on. So I can't go in the shower until later, because I don't want to wash the steroid cream off. So I can't go in the shower, obviously. But I said I'd update you about my reading. The more I'm talking, the more sick I feel. So this is going to be a quick update. So I have started AZebraReads and the Dragon Emperor by Jiren Jiza. And I'm 104 pages into that, so I'm this far in. I am enjoying it so far. Question mark. It's not much has happened so far. It's reminded me a lot. It's been thingied, like, said it's like Percy Jackson, and I can see where the comparison is being made, but it's reminded me more of the Kane Chronicles than it is of Percy Jackson. If you read the Kane Chronicles, this is reminding me more of the Kane Chronicles. So basically, so far what's happened is that so there's these things, these glasses that he's wearing. I don't know if you can see. They're basically like VR kind of glasses, or AR. I don't know if it's like augmented reality or virtual reality. So it's like AR or VR glasses that everybody kind of has. And part of this world, there's this game, I can't remember what it's called, and through this game, there's stuff that's happening, and he becomes almost like this somewhat vessel for the first Chinese emperor, the first emperor of China, which is where it's more Kane Chronicles, because the Kane Chronicles is based on Egyptian mythology, and in Egyptian mythology you have people who are descendant of pharaohs who become avatars for, or become vessels of, I can't remember what the term is, for Egyptian gods. Like Moon Knight is the same, so you can, like, certain people can take in an Egyptian god and house that god and be their sort of like body on earth, and they have these like fighting avatars and this whole thing. So that's what it's reminding me of, but he can see this other layer of the world through these VR glasses, and it kind of like does it through that, so like you can see, like, it gives them like the descriptions of like the people and the creatures and like who they are, when they lived, and a brief description of them and stuff like that. And I can't even find a bit now yet. So there's one there. I'll just show you like the type of like. So there's like a stats type thing of like a person, and you can see like health bars, which is actually chi, because they use chi as like their power, like there's like a health bar. It's like a video game basically. It's just really interesting. But yeah, he's only just been introduced to this world, and now they've gone to China because that's where the root of the power is, and where like they need to be for this to this whole scenario to play out effectively. So they're away to China, and that's it. It's only 100 pages in. There's a lot of commentary about the Chinese government, and a lot of commentary about, like, there was a whole thing in here. There was just a quick thing in here as well about how there are artefacts missing from one of the museums because they've been taken by an American museum, and it's like, give them back, America. And it's funny because I was watching a thing about museums the other day and how there are things in different museums, artefacts in different museums that were from like other countries that have been taken. And there's a lot of things in museums in Britain and America and other countries in Europe that have been taken from places such as Africa and the Middle East and other countries where they've been taken, they've been stolen, and they're being like shown in context that is not accurate. And the countries they're like pieces that the countries have asked for them back. Like, they've asked for their stolen artefacts to be given back. And we're just like, no. We took them, they're ours now. And it's like, give them back their stuff. Like, give them their stuff back. Like, honestly. But it's like as well, like, there's just from the video I was watching the other day, I can't remember if it was either SciShow or Crash Course. It was one of those videos. And there's, I think it was maybe SciShow or Crash Course Art History, and there's a lot of American museums who have exhibitions about Native Americans, and they frame it as remembering Native Americans, like they don't still exist. And that to me is absolutely horrendous. Like, how can you, like, but yeah, there's mentions of things like that in this already, which is really, this explains why they got disqualified from the Hugos. Like, not that they should have gotten disqualified from the Hugos, but yeah, they're not shy at stating their opinions on governments that are not great. Because even Zachary Ying, his dad was killed for being a terrorist, basically speaking out against the Chinese government in the book. I don't know enough about real life stuff to actually comment on it, but Zachary Ying's family are Chinese, but they're Chinese Muslims. And his dad he spoke out against the way that the Chinese government was treating Muslims, and I believe, if memory serves, and my memory is not the best thing, I do believe there was I think in the news a while ago, years ago, about there being concentration camps in Asia. I think maybe it was in China, I don't remember, so don't quote me, don't like rely on me, but there is something like popping up in the back of my mind about there being camps that were housed at like where they were putting Muslims, and it was being like suppressed, and it was very, very recent, like within the last 5-10 years, and it was being covered up by the governments. I don't even know if it's still happening and we've just all forgotten about it, like not talking about it and forgotten about it, but the author brings it up in this, and with the Chinese government basically kills dissidents, and Zachary Ying's dad was one of those, and so his mother fled with him to America, and so he's terrified of going back to China because of that reason, and I know that like a lot of Chinese people fled because of that, again brought up in the book, and I don't know anything about China. I don't know anything other than what we are presented in the West. So it's very interesting because the author is Chinese and their family has moved from China. Like, I think they grew up, or they had at least some of their childhood in China and has come to America or Canada? America, Canada, I do not remember. You know, so they obviously know well, a lot more than I do. So it's been educational as well, and definitely sparked some interest there. So I'm really enjoying it from that aspect. but we're not into the meat of the story yet, so I've not got opinions that way. I am also reading The Tea and LGBT by AZebraReads. I am only up to the 2nd chapter in this. I'm not that far in. I'm 40 pages in. This is a non-fiction about transness, as Jamie puts it. It is a kind of guide for trans people and for allies, and it is kind of like an informal guide is the only way I can really think of it. It's stories and tips and just help and support and validation, and yeah, it's like a handy little handbook for trans folks and for their friends, family, allies. Like, I don't personally know any, well, I do. I don't know any trans folk that are transitioning either like male to female, female to male. In that sense, I do have non-binary friends, and non-binary people are also included in this. It is like male to female trans, female to male trans. Oh, I'm just gonna make that a sec. And I don't know what I just said there. This is inclusive of all trans people, so male to female trans people, female to male trans people, non-binary, be it trans femme, trans masc, completely non-binary, gender fluid, etc, etc, etc. I've lost the train of what I was saying there because Becca's been stopped on the chatty bit, so sorry, I've completely lost the train. But what I'm trying to say is this is completely inclusive of anybody that may find themselves falling under the trans umbrella. So anybody who feels that their assigned gender at birth does not fit their current gender, or their gender that they feel in within themselves, if that makes sense. So I personally don't know anybody who is, I either don't know anybody who is like in my life day to day who is trans in the sense that you automatically think like male to female, female to male, style trans, style, I know what I mean. I'm really bad at explaining this. I'm not well, I'm really bad at explaining. I do have friends who are on the non-binary, gender fluid, trans experience, trans train. This is really bad. I'm really bad at explaining this. So I do like being able to, I do like things like this as well, because it helps me be a better ally, because it's not something that I understand, because it is not a perspective that I live my life from, and so I can only understand from trying to learn, and things like this give me that chance, because I find it very difficult to put myself in other people's shoes until I can like read from that perspective. That's what I love about reading, and so getting a chance to read things like this, it just, because there's so many different people that have come together to make this book happen. Like, it's not just from Jamie, it's from Jamie and a lot of Jamie's friends who are from every place on the trans umbrella or spectrum, or however you understand it. And also Shaba, who is Jamie's wife, and obviously she has been through this whole process with Jamie and is, you know, she understands it from the point of view of someone who is not trans but is an ally, and as someone who's been there for Jamie and being able to support him. So yeah, I find this to be something that is truly invaluable and something I am really excited to keep reading, but I'm reading it slowly so that I can digest it a bit better. Anywho, I'm gonna go because I feel like crap. My cup of tea is there, Sprinter on the chatty bit, and I just want to curl up and like, meh. So yeah, I will possibly speak to you later, but like I say, it's Sunday, so I won't be doing much more vlog wise. Hello, it's later on Sunday. As you can see, I've showered. I've just discovered, I just had to come and tell you because I'm gobsmacked. My hair is getting out. My hair's still wet, so it's a bit out of control. I've just discovered that Erin Sterling is a pen name for Rachel Hawkins. Well, I don't know which one's which. Like, I don't know which way around pen name is, or if both of them are pen names. But Erin Sterling is the one that wrote the XX, right? I was not a fan of the XX. I thought it was fine. It wasn't offensive or anything. Like, there was no, but it was just like, it was, to me, it was really quite boring. Like, it wasn't interesting. It was like a less interesting version of A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. Like, I would say if you want that, like, I would go for A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon over that if you want a similar story. And I'm not interested in reading the second one or the third one. I just, Rachel Hawkins wrote Prince Charming and Her Royal Highness, which I loved. I would have sworn up and down that the XX was a debut. I would have put cash money down on a bet that was somebody's debut work because of the quality. I mean, I can't even say it was like her debut adult, because technically Prince Charming and Her Royal Highness were like on the new adult side, and it has been, to be fair, it has been years since I read them, and I'm out of my YA and into like reading more adult books, so maybe I have to reread them to see if like the quality still, to me, like, maybe if I'd read the XX like at the same time as I read them, even though it wouldn't have been available, you know what I mean, like, because my brain seems to have changed its preferences for books, but like, I would not have pegged that for the same author, and I'm slightly gobsmacked. Very gobsmacked that that's the same author. Like, I would not have pegged that to be the same author, because to me the quality is very different. Yeah, like, it's funny because I said it's sorry, the machine's on a spin. Like with the Bear and the Nightingale and The Warm Hands of Ghosts, I can see where that's the same author writing a different age group. Like, Bear and the Nightingale is kind of, you can see it starts off sort of in the more in the sort of young adult middle grade area and grows, because Vassia is very young when it starts, and it's more simplistic writing, and it grows as it goes through it, and the writing style of that is geared towards young adult. And then as she's written The Warm Hands of Ghosts, I can see where that's someone who's used to writing YA, writing adult for the first time. Like, you can tell in the writing style, for me anyway, I feel like you can tell. And I feel like it's a good first attempt. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but if I picked it up as an adult book without knowing anything about the author, I would be like, this feels like it's geared more towards YA, but it's supposed to be an adult book. But because I know that she was a YA author and this is her first adult book, I'm like, okay, she's adapting to the writing style, and that's totally fine. Like, you need to hone your craft. That is absolutely, like, go off, like, do what you need to do. I get that, but it's a different thing with, I just didn't, I mean, again, it might just be my preference style, I don't know, but for me, the XX was just so boring. It was like, I don't know, I don't know, but I just really enjoyed Prince Charming. Like, I loved it. It was one of my favourite books of the year when I read it. And then the XX was one of my least favourite books of the year. So I don't... Anyway, brain's not braining. But I am going to close off the vlog now because I don't think I'm going to vlog any later tonight. I'm just going to collapse. I've taken painkillers, had a Red Bull so that I could get through my shower. We still need to have dinner, and I am feeling myself starting to like, ooh, you know. So if you got this far in the video, leave me a dragon emoji for the book that I'm reading, which is Zachary King and the Dragon Emperor, and let me know how you're getting on with your reading so far in May. I had to look at my thing there to see what month it was. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.